What is blockchain? Are you one of the many who wonder if there is any simpler and secure way to complete transactions? Do you also think it's enough to deal with online wallets, banks, and third-party applications? Well, if your answer to these brimming questions is a yes, then let us tell you your search ends with us. Today, we will tell you what actually works under the hood. All of the things we just talked about are possible because of blockchain. Here is everything you need to know about blockchain. Every time you vote in the election, have you ever wondered if there is any guarantee that your vote will be counted or not? Or will there be no scams? We are guaranteed by this central agency called the Election Commission of India, and we trust them blindly. What if we could take this authority in our hands or guarantee ourselves that yes, our vote is indeed being counted rather than believing in some other authorities? Do you know, this can be done through a well-structured blockchain where there will be no need for any higher authority or third-party confirmation. Yes, you heard us right. Satoshi Nakamoto adopted the same technology in 2009 to create a digital cryptocurrency popularly known as Bitcoin. Blockchains are incredibly popular nowadays, but understanding what blockchain is can be a complicated task for a beginner. So, today we are here to discuss everything about blockchain with details that pros and cons will relate to. So let's dive into the process of learning blockchain together. Blockchain was initially introduced back in 1991 by a group of researchers with the sole purpose of stamping digital documents so that they cannot tamper with, almost like a notary. However, blockchain was not adopted globally or got its due importance until 2009 when the creator of Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto, adopted it. What exactly is blockchain? In simple words, blockchain is a unique system that records data in a way that it becomes difficult or, let's say, next to impossible to change, hack or cheat the system. A blockchain is essentially a digital ledger of transaction distributed across the entire network of computer systems on the blockchain and is entirely open to anyone and everyone. As the name suggests, blockchain is a chain of multiple blocks, and each block contains several transactions that add up every time there is a new or latest transaction. To ensure maximum security, every time there is a new transaction, the record is added to every participant's ledger, guaranteeing transparency in working. Once the data has been recorded in the blockchain, it is almost impossible to change because of its unique working method. Well, let's take a closer look at the block to understand the functioning of blockchain. Each block in the blockchain mainly contains three things. Number one, some data. Number two, hash of the block. Number three, the previous block's hash. So, we'll start with data that is stored in each block. There are different types of blockchains, and the data stored inside each block is highly dependent on the type of blockchain it is. Let us understand this with an example. The Bitcoin blockchain stores the detail about the transaction here, including the sender, the receiver, and the most importantly, the number of coins that has been transacted. Next, we will talk about hash. Any decentralized database that numerous participants have managed is known as Distributed Ledger Technology or DLT. Similarly, blockchain is a type of DLT as it is managed by several participants in which transactions are recorded with a rigid cryptographic signature popularly known as hash. You can compare the hash with a fingerprint as it is always unique, just like a fingerprint. Every hash identifies its block and its content through this hash or fingerprint. As soon as the block is created, its hash is calculated. Whenever there will be some or other change in data inside the block, the hash will automatically be disturbed. In other words, the hash is a vital block element, especially when you want to detect the changes to blocks. If you find a change in fingerprint or hash, it is no longer the same block. Now, the third and the last element of the block is the hash of the previous block. Let us first tell you that this technique of blockchain is why Satoshi Nakamoto was able to trust this system for Bitcoin, as it ensures the utmost security of data. Let's discuss this in detail. In a blockchain, the hash of the previous block effectively creates a chain of blocks in a tamper-proof sequence, as the hash is exceptionally sensitive. Each of these blocks stores the block's fingerprint before it, along with its own unique fingerprint. Also, any information you put into it will be stored in these blocks. Their hash interconnects these blocks, so if you try to tamper with the data of any block, the fingerprint or the hash of that particular block will automatically change, leading to the change in all the following blocks, as these are interconnected as we mentioned earlier. Eventually, the entire blockchain will be destroyed. Hence, it is nearly impossible to tamper with the data in the block, as once the data is defined, it cannot be altered later. But that's not enough. Computers these days are exceptionally smart to calculate hundreds and thousands of hashes per second. With the right skills, you can effectively tamper with a block and recalculate all the hashes of the following blocks to make your blockchain valid again. To eliminate this brainstorming condition, blockchain offers something that is known as proof of work. Want to know what it is? Let's begin. Proof of work is an algorithm that slows down the creation of a new block. If we talk about Bitcoin, in that case, proof of work will effectively add new blocks in the Bitcoin blockchain. These blocks are managed by the players who execute proof of work, popularly known as miners. Every new block is accepted by the network that takes about 10 minutes to complete the process. This mechanism makes it extremely hard to tamper with the blocks, because every time you tamper with one block, you will need to recalculate the proof of work for all the following blocks. Hence, it can be determined that the security that the blockchain offers comes from its creative use of hashing and the proof of work mechanism. Another major reason why blockchain is super secure is decentralization. Blockchains are never stored in a single system, whereas they are stored in a network of computers. Every participant of the blockchain will have a copy of this chain stored in their respective computers. It is not run by the central authority, but managed by a network of computers collectively, unlike the Election Commission of India that we discussed before. The people who allow blockchain to run on their computers, or these blockchain participants, are known as nodes. Some of these nodes are miners, responsible for verifying the latest data present in the blockchain. They look if the data has been appropriately added or any attempt to tamper with the data. You must be thinking why I would keep the computer on the block network for 24/7 if I am not rewarded, right? No, that's not the case here with blockchain. Every computer mining for bitcoins and connected to the Bitcoin network gets certain bitcoins as a reward for working for them. In case any computer falsely verifies some data, then it is punished as well. And best of all, there is no need for any central authority, whereas its participants solely manage it by connecting to the network of computers for verification. By now, you must be thinking, if the blockchain will be present in every network of computers, then whatever data you put in will be seen and reviewed by everyone present. Then in that case, what about privacy? Blockchain is an advanced mechanism that not only secures information but maintains privacy as well. Let's understand this with an example. You all must be aware of your email address and passwords. Treat blockchain as your email account. Every time you enter your email ID, the public key, and the email password, the private key, you can only log into your account, otherwise not. You follow the same process with blockchain. What if someone tries to invade the working of blockchain? How can the system prevent it from happening? Let's say Ram transfer rupees 100 to Shyam. A block will be created with Ram's and Shyam's public addresses. The computers on the network will record this transaction and will verify what the transaction is. Here, Ram is transferring 100 rupees to Shyam's account. But if one computer tries to tamper with the transaction by saying that the transfer isn't from Ram to Shyam, but it has been transferred to my account, all the other networks will refuse. The system will listen to the other computers and will successfully make the transaction possible. So, in case anyone wants to alter, the one would need the majority of at least 51% participants. Only then can the network be hijacked, otherwise not. Though, if we talk on real parameters, this is close to impossible as all these networks are decentralized, which means they are not connected in any way. It is still treated as one of the significant disadvantages of blockchain. Imagine hacking Bitcoin, where there are millions of computers worldwide connected on a single platform. How it is even possible? In Bitcoin, this thing is next to impossible. If we further discuss more examples of blockchain technology, it has already been used in the elections. There is a country in Africa where the elections once happened using blockchain technology. Later, it became a debatable topic for certain reasons, as researchers believe it has more disadvantages if used in the election process. Apart from elections, there are various other sectors where blockchain is highly acceptable and taken into use already. Some of these sectors include healthcare, where the data is stored in multiple networks rather than one centralized authority. It assures more privacy and security to the patients. Apart from the healthcare sector, there are other areas where blockchain is proven highly useful, including the trading sector, property management, management of government data, and crowdfunding. We often encounter the headlines such as government databases are hacked or the public information is leaked. To prevent any such circumstances, blockchain is an appropriate choice because we will not be dependent on the government solely, whereas in a decentralized network, we all can verify the data for ourselves and each other. All of these reasons are enough to justify blockchain and its functioning. In today's era, where everything is on the digital platform, blockchain is one step that can bring revolution to the world. Decades back, when the internet was introduced first, it was something that no one imagined it to be. But today, none of us can imagine our lives without the internet. Similarly, people believe it won't be possible to imagine our lives without blockchain too. So, today's session about blockchain ends here. Now that you have learned what blockchain is and its functioning, we would love to hear your views about the same in the comment section below. If you guys have any queries or questions about what we discussed just now, you can leave them down in the comments. Before leaving, let's just quickly have a summary of what we discussed today. So we first started with an example of where the concept of blockchain can be implied. Then we briefly discussed blockchain, how Bitcoin and blockchain are interconnected, and why blockchain was given preference over any other decentralized model. Later, we discussed the three major elements of blockchain: data, hash, and the previous block hash. By the end, we talked about how the blockchain can bring revolution to the world. If you have liked this video, don't forget to press the like button, share and subscribe to the Scalers YouTube channel. Don't forget to press the bell icon to be notified every time we upload a video.